Der Hund von Baskerville is a German film that was released in 1914. This is the first adaptation of Arthur Conan Doyle's 1902 novel. Now, here's the thing. Now, I am a big fan of Sherlock Holmes. And when I sat down to watch this, knowing that it was the first adaptation of this particular story, I was excited. Brace yourself. It is way off. Like way, way off. Now, however, I've seen a lot of different versions of Hound of the Baskervilles. And of course, the 1950s version goes in all directions. Not a fan of that one. This one actually stays truer for as much as it goes off. And I found myself loving it. There's so much in it that even with it not being a true adaptation, there's still so much to like. Now, I did some research on it, and you have to understand that Sherlock Holmes was a huge sensation even at the time when it was being released to the magazines that Sherlock Holmes was writing for. I mean, that Conan Doyle was writing for. And people were writing knockoffs. This happens, okay, all the time, going even as far back. And there was a play. Uh, and in German cinema, mystery novels were a big hit. So there was a play that was called The Hound of the Baskervilles, a play in four acts in the Scottish Highlands, freely adapted from the stories of Poe and Doyle. And that's what this is based off of. Okay. And it makes a little bit more sense once you watch it. And because I didn't know that when I was watching it, but once knowing that this is based off of a play, especially with the mystery novels and everything, makes more sense. Okay, so a gentleman by the name of Richard Oswald decided to do a version of this play for cinema. And I like it. I mean, I really do. I'm such a big fan of Sherlock Holmes. I've seen so many different versions. I mean, like in my lifetime, there has been young Sherlock Holmes. There's been old Sherlock Holmes with Ian McKellen. There's been several TV show versions. And so I have seen so many different versions of Sherlock Holmes. And I'm sure that when Conan Doyle, who, by the time he died, even before he died, he tried to kill off the guy and be done with it. Okay. And and fans wouldn't let him. In fact, he was about to lose his job at the at the magazine company if they didn't bring him back. They didn't bring this character back. It was the bane of his existence. And so they were making a lot of these plays and everything else. Fans were making fan art and fan whatevers even back then for this character. And so, because I was seeing a few people that were like, well, I hope that Conan Doyle didn't live to re he did. He did. He did. Look, I'm not a big fan of the play for Jekyll and Hyde, but it turns out that Stevenson gave his blessing on that. So I gotta accept that. Okay. Yeah. People latch on to these things and they make their own fan version of it. So, you don't have to like it, but it turns out that the creator saw it. So, um, but yeah, this was the first of Hound of the Baskervilles, not the 1920s version, which I've seen that one too. And I thought that that one was, and then somebody recommended this one to me, and I'm glad that you did, because I had a blast watching this. I really did. And so if you go in thinking that this is going to be the story, brace yourself. Brace and just understand that it is based off of a play that was written at the time and just have fun with it. Absolutely have fun with it because me being a hardcore fan of Sherlock, I absolutely loved it. The actor who plays Sherlock Holmes, I enjoyed him absolutely. And this also, before I close up here, this actually was so successful at the time, they made five more films. Uh, The Lonely House, The Eerie Room, The Legend of the Hound of the Baskervilles, The House Without Windows, and Dr. McDonald's Sanatorium. And the actor, uh, Alwin Neuss, I believe you say his name, he showed up in almost all of them. I think the last two, he did not show up in them. So anyway, this is Der Hund von Baskerville. It's German film. It was released in 1914.